Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right. It's Wednesday. New album, new product review day. We've got a couple for you here today. This first one, just kickstart our morning, is the 26th studio album from this guy as a leader. He's appeared on plenty more albums than that, but as Robin Trower. 26th studio album. No more worlds to conquer, because quite frankly, Robin, what more does he need to conquer at this point in time? After all these years, the early years with Procol Harum, and then, all the great solo albums in the 70s and the early 80s, Bridge of Sighs and all that stuff, Twice Removed from Yesterday, For Earth Below, the live album Caravan to Midnight, Back It Up, all that stuff. And then, of course, a couple albums with Jack Bruce and lots of stuff in more recent times, right? So Robin's back. He's on the Provogue label at this point in time, which is a pretty good label to be on if you're playing kind of guitar-centered music, right? It's a good label for a lot of our long-standing, veteran, legendary guitar players. So let's take a look here. Not a lot to show here. No more worlds to conquer, right? You got some... whatever that is on the front. At first I thought they were coins, but they could be kind of like little plops of paint. They could be the inner part of a tree. I don't know. Whatever. Can't really figure it out from the back either. Kind of could be what it is. I'm not really sure. And then more of the same on the inside. So, you're not missing much if, you decide to pick this up digitally, right? You're not missing much as far as like packaging and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a little bit of a lineup change on this album. As many of you know, because I've talked about it here on the channel enough, for the last handful of albums, Robin has decided to, hey, I'm the main guy in the band, I'm the guitar player, I'm going to sing too. So Robin has chosen to do lead vocals on, like I said, the last bunch of albums. I'm not sure exactly how many that is. 4, maybe 5, something like that. And quite frankly, I love Robin Trower to death. He's one of my original guitar heroes. I've been listening to him since I was a little kid. Not a very good singer. And when you've had this pedigree of working with guys like, Gary Brooker and James Dewar and Davey Pattison and Jack Bruce, and you've never really sang before, and then you go and decide to do that, and you don't really have a great voice, probably not the best thing to do. I know it's cheaper to do that when you're, recording albums and all that kind of stuff, but Robin, I love you. Stick to doing what you do best. That's guitar, my man. So here he's got a kind of like a bluesy R&B soul singer named Richard Watts, who does vocals on the album. He's pretty good. He matches up with this style of music, which is, blues rock, right? Does a great job. You got Chris Taggart on drums. Chris has played with Robin for the last couple albums. And then Robin does all the guitars and bass on the album. All right. All songs written by Trower, recorded at by Sam Winfield at Studio 91, and by Livingstone Brown at Boogie Lab Studio. And the album is mixed by Livingstone Brown. Livingstone Brown also adds a little bit of bass, and Patty Milner plays a little bit of organ on the album. Livingstone Brown was a member of Robin Trower's band for quite a few years in the early mid 2000s, something like that. So you've got on this album, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new tracks. No real surprises here. This is a Robin Trower album. So at this point in time, after all these years, all these albums, you should know what to expect from the man. So you get a mix of up-tempo, psychedelic blues rock tunes, heavy on Stratocaster into a Marshall, wah-wah pedal, right? Some tunes have a little funk edge. There's actually quite a few slower blues tracks on here. Very strong vocals, like I said. Crazy good guitar solos from the man. Good rhythms, right? It's got good grooves to the songs. It's a very, very enjoyable album. Is this the second coming of Bridge of Sighs or, any of those albums we cherish so much from the 70s? No. But as a Robin Trower album in 2022, I'm happy he's recording. And like I said, the vocals are good. Songs are enjoyable. Some of the tracks to look out for. The first track might even be my favorite, Ball of Fire. is a good, fiery, up-tempo hard rock song with some just scorching guitar licks from Mr. Trower. Totally love that a lot. Some of the other, Fire to Ashes and the Razor's Edge also are a little bit more up-tempo. There's a really nice kind of like soulful, bluesy ballad, I Will Always Be Your Shelter, which is good. But then again, if you like the kind of, I'm going to go like to, some of his early 80s albums. Bear with me a second here. I'm drawing a complete blank. So, Back It Up from 83 had a good, this album reminds me most of that album because you have like a couple of like, up-tempo hard rockers and then the rest are just really good kind of bluesy, moody type pieces. So that's from Back It Up. And Victims of the Fury also had a couple like this, but this is not quite as beefy and heavy as Victims of the Fury. Beyond the Mist also kind of hits on this. But you got Deadly Kiss is a great song. Waiting for the Rain to Fall is really good as well. You got Wither on the Vine, Cloud Across the Sun has some nice, nice use of chords, nice dreamy, soloing and fills and things like that. For those of you who love Robin when he steps on the wah-wah pedal, there's a good amount of wah on this album. Sometimes it's used kind of for colors and textures. Like there's not a ton of just press it down, scream, and solo like crazy like he used to do back in the day. There is a little bit of that, which is really good. Like I said, Bowl of Fire, you hear him do that. There's a couple of the tracks where he just kind of lets loose. But mainly, it's just great sounding guitar, Fender Stratocaster, into a Marshall amp. Doesn't get much better than that. And the production is sparse, but it's just what it needs to be. The vocals, like I said, are soulful. They're strong. They fit this style of music. I like this. If I were to rank it, I guess. This is a very, very solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. All right? Yeah, it's not quite a 4. This is not going to be considered a Trower classic, but it's a lot of fun, very enjoyable. If you love the man, love his playing, you get a lot of good stuff on here. Songs are fairly memorable, right? They're not going to break any new ground, but this is quite solid. No More Worlds to Conquer. Trower just doing it fine. 3.5 out of 5 star. Check it out if you haven't already. He's got a lot of albums, so I know there's probably a good amount of people who maybe just stop buying all of them after a certain point. But if you're going to check out any of his more recent ones, like in the last decade or so, I would say this is one of the better ones. So, No More Worlds to Conquer by Robin Trower. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. But visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org, and we're here all together all the damn time on YouTube, so make sure you come back here often enough. So hit the subscribe button, click on that notification bell. You got links down below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page for all sorts of cool SOT stuff. And we'll see you more. We got a couple more coming at you today, so stay tuned for those. And tomorrow's Monsters Den. Don't forget, each and every day we've got Perfect Album Sides in the morning. Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. We've got the UK Connection over the weekend, where we're going to be talking about our favorite, least favorite albums from Europe. And then Sunday, we've got Album Homework Assignment, where myself and Chris Sallow going head-to-head with George Lemie doing the officiating. So that's coming up on Sunday. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.